everybody, how you doing? This is Johnny Ruckus, and can I get more podcasts in my monitor? How's everybody doing today? It is June 21st, 2020. Happy Father's Day. I am recording this intro a few days earlier since I have some stuff going on with family on Sunday, which would be today, is what you're hearing and seeing. So I just wanted to get this out of the way real quick. This is part 2 of my conversation with RJ Styles. We get into more ridiculous stuff. Wasn't sure how many parts this is going to be, but we had a long conversation. So this is part 2 of 3 with RJ Styles. Thanks for watching and listening. All right, this is part 2 with Mr. RJ Styles. Say hello.
Word to your mother.
Oh, see, keeping it hood.
Keeping it hood.
Hey, that, like we said
Word
before,
to your mother.
Word to your mother. How's she doing, by the way?
My mom's doing great. Thanks for asking. How's your mom doing?
Presumably all right. She doesn't... We couldn't go see her. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I would assume probably. And she doesn't answer the phone.
Well, that is a problem.
Yeah. So I could be a horrible son and say I don't get to talk to my mother at all.
But you're not allowed to, really.
But I'm not... She didn't answer a fucking phone. So what am I supposed to do? Just get updates from my sisters whenever.
You just go over there to her window and just knock and put your hand up against it like in Half Baked. Window love.
Yeah, weed, go sell it. Mom, what are you saying?
You want me to sell it to you? What do you want?
Yeah, right. Will it help, or is this where we're at in our life? Okay, whatever. Yeah, weed, do it. Yeah, I don't think I could be. This could be my naive brain going on, but I don't think my mom still ever realized that I was high in high school a lot. She probably just thought, all them damn hormones. My parents are old, and my mother didn't. She didn't suspect such things from her baby boy.
The way I see it is that we did that kind of experimentation a little bit in high school, but as far as what you could have done, things we did was pretty damn mild.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm glad that all my stupid shit was done by the time I got to college for the most part. I mean, I did a lot of dumb shit in college, but at least it was illegal.
Yeah, right.
Most
of the time, yeah. Yeah, we could have definitely caused and gotten into more trouble than we did. I think I did some stupid shit, but nothing that was like...
I mean, the only legal thing I did in college was drink beers in a dorm room.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, you could have got kicked out for that one. Could you have? I don't know.
No, usually it's a reprimand, but...
Oh, okay.
All the resident assistants, the guys around the floors were... yeah, we get it. Just toss the beer. Just... If you catch it again, we're going to have to do something, but just toss the beers. And
just slam them quick.
So I became good friends with all the RAs in the building, so like they came to my door. I remember one time we actually got caught, and I was actually in the bathroom at the time, and he came in, the guy's like, this smells like something funny. It ain't sex, so it must be beer. And then he's like, yeah, guys, just, keep it down. Give me a beer.
That's how you buy it. That's how you...
Oh, I learned I do favors for all the RAs and hang out with them, and yeah, it's putting in your time.
Sure, it's like befriending all the cops.
Right.
Just for that. So when you do something kind of a little stupid, they're just like, get out of here.
Right. So I never got in trouble for that kind of stuff in college. I remember every year I went to Whitewater first. Shout out to Whitewater, where all you do is drink. It really is. It's people think Madison's a drunk school. I think Whitewater's pretty bad.
Well, that's what happens when you win D3, Division III college football championships.
Back-to-back ships
all day.
Ocean.
What rhymes with goat? Boat. Luxury
Sea-going vessel.
luxury sea liner in the water.
More shout out to Letterkenny.
Yo.
But every year they sort of, I mean, we'd always wait. Like, if you've been to school for a year now, you know this is a thing. You don't go to a party until the first bust. Because the beginning of every single year, they do a major bust, and it's really a bad thing to do. I remember
They
one
really
year.
put the hammer down.
Oh,
Yeah.
you aren't allowed to leave the basement until everybody gets breathalyzed.
Ooh.
So people are peeing in the basements of these houses. Could be like 300, 400 people in a basement, which is dangerous in its own
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
What if a fire starts where they're doing this whole thing? I mean, this is just dumb.
That is stupid.
You know, after that, they just charge the house with a fine.
Okay.
But the very first bus is always everybody at that party gets a fine.
Ooh.
They do it to kind of lay the hammer down, saying we're taking this seriously, and everyone knows it's just the first one. Once that bus comes through and everyone hears about it,
Yeah,
parties are
then
free.
It's kind of going. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I went to tech college for half a fucking year, man. I don't know any of that shit.
I will say anybody who's if you're going to go to college, go to college. You learn how to live on your own. You learn how to be responsible for yourself, or you fuck up, and then you got to deal with those consequences. Either way, you learn how to be an adult very quickly.
Sure. Well, yeah, that is like typically your first time away from the nest and shit.
Well, and plus if you like what you did, and you probably can you tell me if I'm wrong, but didn't it kind of feel like you're just still going to high school?
Oh yeah, because I lived at home with,
Drove to
with
work,
parents.
to
I
school.
drove, yeah. I went to work, went to school, came home, went to work, came home. So yeah, it really.
Whereas if you live on
Wasn't much.
campus your freshman year, you're like it's a completely different world. You feel so free, but then you learn all the consequences that come with being free,
Oh sure.
and it's really a come to age moment for you.
I got you.
But anyways, we should get back into music because this is
Yeah, we're life lessons with RJ Styles.
I don't want my life lessons. Well, I want advice. Don't be like me, kid.
Well, to be fair.
To be fair.
Okay, to be fair,
Shout out to Leonard Kenny.
you kind of end up being the same age from when you start playing music. Like, we started playing music when we were 10 and, like, call it 12. We're pretty much big 12-year-olds still.
Yeah, you talking to Jordan about that.
Yeah. I
And-
think I blew his mind hole on that one a little bit.
I know. I was thinking about that. I don't know if I fully agree or half agree or what on that one.
Well, there's certain things that grow. Obviously you become an adult. We don't have children, but presumably you have children. You do the whole, the shit, you're right. You buy houses, you buy cars, blah, 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 all this shit. But show me a dumb fucking movie, I'm still goddamn laughing at it.
See, I don't laugh at dumb movies anymore. I think it might be more of. I don't know how I would view that one because if I was still 10 years old, that'd be a whole different story. But like, there's a part of me that I think when I started really writing music, that's where my age stopped with music.
Okay.
Because I still had that same joy as I did the very first song I wrote.
All right. No, that's cool. I think that might be a different tangent, maybe?
Oh God, I actually remember the very first riff I wrote.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it was open chords. E major, E minor, A major, A minor. Ooh. Something like that. Ooh. I don't know if it actually would fit anything, work at all, or maybe I have a little bit, but it was the fingerings I remember.
Ah.
I don't think that it's the coolest thing in the world, and now I'm like writing amazing stuff. This kid,
Amazing stuff.
writing mediocre stuff and
right.
thinking it's amazing.
Well, you write stuff you can't play in hopes of one day you'll be able to play it.
Yeah. Okay. So we discussed this. I think I discussed this with Jordan. You and I talked about this numerous times.
Yeah.
That you have to play with people who are better than you, because then you grow. So when I play by myself,
It's just not me, you fucks. Sorry, anyways.
Yeah. So you play by yourself, and I don't mean like in your room with the lights off, but like when you're playing music with yourself, you're writing and stuff. I find myself constantly writing slightly above my ability and then working towards that song. I have tons of things I've written that I'm not very good at playing, but I'm constantly working towards that, especially when it comes to solos. We were just talking earlier. I'm writing a song right now that has some arpeggio work in it. I don't do arpeggios. I don't do sweeps. I want to learn, so I'm putting them into a song, just three string arpeggio sweeps, and I'm getting better and better. The more I practice it, the more I play it.
So in turn, that's kind of your practice. Mm-hmm. Like instead of sitting there and going, I'm going to learn how to play whatever it is, you write a song fitting what you want to learn.
That's part of it. Another thing which we discussed before is being the big Metallica fan that I am. I always come back to that to teach me things. I learned how to play drums by playing Metallica. I mentioned the Jordan Ed. When I was a kid, I had the Scholastic books. I think they were Scholastics books. Anyways, the drum notation books for all the albums from Kill 'Em All to the Black Album. And every Saturday at like 9, 10 in the morning, I would start at the beginning of Kill 'Em All and play through all the albums to the end of end of the Black Album, straight through. I'd take small breaks, but I even taped my fingers up like Lars does because I had to. Playing for so many hours.
Yeah.
But Metallica. Through Metallica, I learned how to play drums. Then I had some teachers that taught me, where I was messing up, and it got better. Shout out to my buddy Jeff.
Shout out.
So we came to guitar. I started learning how to play guitar in high school.
Yep.
I was actually friends with you at that point. My sister first started. I remember you guys made fun of me because I took a notebook piece of paper. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, the lines are about the same distance as guitar strings. So I folded it and drew little dividers to look like the frets.
Okay.
And I practiced chord fingerings.
Did you on a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Did you really?
In class. I sit in the class and just practice doing that. And I wanted to learn so bad. And then I found my mother had a old Greco guitar, so I started learning that. And the very first song I started trying to learn was King Nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually somewhat in pitch.
Yeah.
That's a rarity for me.
What the fuck? Yeah, okay. See, I don't remember that. I don't remember a lot of things.
I remember you and Tony made fun of me for that one. I didn't care.
Well, that's good, because that's actually a really good fucking idea.
I really wanted to play.
Did you write the notes exactly where they were, or did you just make a fretboard?
Like a fretboard.
Okay.
And I folded it so it would actually fit the 6 strings.
Okay.
And then I stood in class and just put my fingers on and look where I'm at. Okay, I adjust. All right. And then take my fingers off and put them back on. Nope, so wrong. Readjust. And just keep practicing it.
Huh.
And just practice all the open chords.
Sure. So you get your idea. Your fingers get the idea of ish about where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and think about like a college rule notebook is. That's about correct. Right?
Yeah. Shit. You know what? God damn it! I don't remember it. I don't think I would have made funny. Well, I mean, kids are assholes.
You were such an ass to me as a kid.
I'm an ass to I'm an ass to you as 5 minutes ago. 5 seconds ago. It's actually kind of a decent fucking. I think what I may have not done the same thing, but what I would have done is I would have made like maybe from like to the 12th fret, and then put all the notes in.
Oh.
But I don't think I did that in high school. I think I probably did that later. But
you write them in, so you know where they are and everything.
Yeah, so you get like a visual cue of your fretboard. You know where all the E's are. You know what I mean.
Right. No, I did it just 5 frets.
Sure.
Just practicing the open chords. At the time, I was just learning open chords.
Yeah, right. Because you had. I remember, because we kind of skipped forward a little bit, because at that time when you started playing acoustic, you had like a.
We were in a band, you know.
Yeah, you had like a Washburn acoustic or something like that.
Greco.
Yeah, but that you had bought one for yourself at some point. I want to say it was like green or blue. I want to say it was like a Washburn or something like that.
No, I think I brought that from Tony. I brought that from Tony.
Maybe you did.
Yeah, because it was Tony's. I remember Tony having that guitar, and he let me borrow it because Tony was a great guy.
Okay, maybe that's what it was then. Okay, but yeah, okay, yeah. I remember you. When we'd go sit out on the porch, as for breaks, you'd sit and play acoustic.
That was Tony's acoustic I was playing.
Okay. Shit, I thought that was your... Oh, well, whatever. Obviously, I don't remember shit.
No, the first guitar I bought was that Green Slammer Hammer.
Right, okay. Okay, so yeah, that because I remember it being an acoustic. So yeah, okay, that must have been Tony's. But yeah, at this point, let's see here.
So it's a step back. You left the Reactive Jellyfish ended their thing.
I had left...
And then I was in a band with Lee called Gone Pulse with Lee and Chris.
And I was still
and Bob.
Yeah, and Under 21 was still a thing then, because I think we played...
I don't think we ever played a show either.
I think you guys played a talent show.
That's right. Because we had a bunch of people jump up on stage
We played also.
Yeah.
I remember like having to do a tryout for it. It's just like... Fucking really?
I know. It's a high school talent show. What do you want from me?
Yeah. You know, and it's like...
I can walk and chew gum. I should be on.
But I remember that... Yeah, that was the first...
I remember that show.
No, that wasn't that. I still played that one show that I talked about. That was only like my... Because I think there was 2 days or something like that. Those were the second and third gigs I ever played.
Yeah, I think that's the second gig I ever played.
Yeah.
And I remember that somehow Lee got all the stoner skater kids to jump up on stage and dance with us. they're all skanking on stage while we're playing. And I hitting my cymbals with their hands. I'm like, hey, knock it the fuck off, man.
Don't touch them.
That's a $200 cymbal, man. Leave it alone. Come on,
Come on, Noah. You know, it's weird. It's like I have tiny memories of that, like me myself, but I don't remember anything about, like, I don't actually remember you playing, but I remember the tryout.
So I don't remember the tryout. I just remember the show and having him up on stage dancing around.
Yeah, it could have been because like they had the loud stuff playing at the end.
Yeah, they always had the bands at the end so that people could leave early.
Right. So if it was too loud,
because screw us, right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't work on our art ever.
Fuck you and your rock star dreams, motherfucker. School isn't for that. School isn't for encouragement. Fuck.
No.
But I think it was probably...
Well, this isn't vodka.
That is not vodka.
Oh. All right.
Sorry, bro. Shout out to Ted Mosby. Have you met Ted?
Oh.
Have you met RJ?
Shout out to church.
I think I was probably like in the backstage area, you know, getting ready. So that's probably why I don't remember you guys.
Probably.
Playing. That's probably what it is.
I think I was in the first one.
Because I was, even though it was just a talent show, you're still playing in front of people. And at that point, I was probably fucking terrified. So I was probably like trying to get in that headspace of, you could do it, man, you know, in the mirror, you know.
I wish I knew back then what a click track was.
Life now would have been so much easier.
Like now when I play drums, I try very hard to be keeping the tempo because I know that's my biggest... Anyone who plays drums, you know that your number one job is to keep the beat, right? Keep the time. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't get that email.
No, I missed that whole the whole thing. So, years later, I bought my own house. I bought a drum set, and the first thing I bought with the drum set was a metronome. You know, because I have no rhythm whatsoever, so which is why I don't play drums in bands anymore.
It's such a weird thing. Like I literally can't put my head around it.
Yeah,
like you're a drummer, but you don't have any semblance of time. Maybe for short periods, and then...
Well, maybe it's because I'm so esoteric that, you know, I know time does not exist.
Oh, or you're doing the Matrix thing and like bending the spoon kind of thing constantly. That's where you live.
I'm blowing your mind right now.
Fucking mind blown, dude. Gee, shout out to Matrix. Shout out to Neo. What's up, bitch? Oh shit, that's still well, you're not here for intelligent conversation, so Anybody who knows me realizes that's not my deal. So
That's not a strong suit for sure.
no, that is definitely not. So okay, we
we're in two different bands, and then the bands broke up right after that, both bands.
yeah, I was playing in under 21, and then I was also doing Dismay, and then like I know for a fact I stopped being an under 21 in the most absolute fucking bitch way.
Oh, you bitched out, huh?
I completely fucking bitched out. It's fucking embarrassing, but you got fucking embarrassing. I got to kick my trash can right now. But
Fucking embarrassing. Pheasants.
yeah, right. Fezzies, but
So you totally
I
fucked
was
the dogs.
I was like 16 years old. You know, and obviously still now I only know some shit. I didn't know, you don't know fucking shit back then.
You think you do?
You think, well, of course you do. You run the fucking world, but the world is this big. This is fucking embarrassing, and I don't know if I've ever even told this story because it's so goddamn embarrassing. We practice at a friend Chris's house.
Mm-hmm.
He was the drummer. I went over this whole thing in the a couple episodes or whatever ago. I knew where the spare key was. Just get in the house whenever, right? Me and one of my old friends at the time in high school, I'm going to quit this band. I went in with the spare key, grabbed my shit, and fucking left.
You Irish goodbye the band?
Yeah. Yeah, I fucking ghosted. Didn't say a fucking word, like a total fucking bitch, and just deuced out.
Oh wow.
It was super petty. Oh, they don't like you always writing songs, and sometimes like the songs you write aren't any good, and sometimes if somebody else writes a song, it's better. So you're gonna use that one, right? Oh, my feelings were hurt.
Oh yeah.
You don't use any of my songs. Blah blah. Oh my god, I was such a fucking bitch. So yeah, I completely Irish goodbye them, grabbed my shit and fucking left. Didn't say anything, and it's like,
Well, here's your opportunity. Apologize for yourself.
I believe I have already apologized, but I don't remember it.
Is there net time?
Well, no, I think it was at some point because like we were cool again, but it was a super total bitch fucking move, and I can't. I'm actually telling this story, which is like, but this is over 20 years ago.
Well, yeah,
but it's just like
you learn from experience that you never want to leave a band in a bad way, if you can help it.
if you can, and unfortunately, I think I've done it a few more times.
I don't think I ever pulled a bitch move like that. No. I think I stay friends with every band I've ever been in a band with, except for I think Adam. We never talked after that really, but I think that was a band breakup that was like a bad situation. We're just like, I think we're done. Kind of thing.
Yeah. So,
which is probably the best thing because it was going nowhere anyway.
Sure, but I mean, there had to have been something. At least you got to play with somebody, or whatever for a little while, whatever it was.
He had that old PV he played. I just remember that now. Black with the neon yellow spider like cracking on it.
Oh fuck! I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But anyway, so you were in the Dismay band.
Yeah.
And that disbanded.
Yeah. Then
and then they formed. What band was it called?
That was. Let's see here. Dismay disbanded. We were trying to find a new drummer, and even then, it was fucking terrible to find a drummer. So we couldn't find a drummer, and we just said,
Must have still been gone postal at the time.
I'm not positive. I don't. It's kind of jumbled up as far as the time in that time. It's weird. Seems like there's a lot of moving parts. There probably wasn't, but you're a kid, and when you're into doing a bunch of shit, it's
World's always ending.
Yeah. So Dismay ends. We couldn't find a drummer. I think they just said fuck it. So at that point, I was like, there was a dude I knew that wanted turntables, and he was willing to trade me a bunch of shit to get them. So like that's where I got that American Standard Strat that I had.
Oh, I love that guitar.
And I got a
Great
bunch.
sound.
I got a bunch of shit from him.
Wow.
Like I kept like, well, I need a little bit more. Like I really, I hustled him fucking hard. And
Kept this real street, huh?
kept it hood. I like but like he was like steadfast. Like, I mean, I kept my records and stuff like that, but like the whole setup. So like I got that guitar, and I got a bunch of shit. I don't remember everything, but that was like the sweet thing.
I mean, the guitar was worth more than that setup you had.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And at that point, that guitar was only a couple years old. It was like a '96, so that was like 2-3 years old. So,
I want to get an American Strat, but I never liked them. But I think I would like an American one, but I don't want to spend the money on one. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not.
you got to try to like if you find like a little bit older one, you can save some coin and still get a really nice guitar.
Yeah.
You don't want to go too far back because then it you know where it's then it start going up instead of down. But yeah, I hustled a bunch of shit from the guy, and he was still happy, and I was happy, because I was a guitar player at that point. You know? So I was like, well, of course I'm going to try to get this, and I didn't really like know anything about gear and shit then. I was just like,
What head were you using at that time? You had that Fender cab that I took off of your hands.
Yeah, I had one of those, a 2-man.
All right.
I had one of those in a power amp in a rack.
That's
and then
right.
I had that 412 that you have. That's probably going to stay in the family forever, one way or another. And then I had a 215 Sun cabinet.
That's right, that you let Lee use later on in Expand.
No, that was a different thing, I think. God, it's so.
That's right, you had a full stack.
Yeah, yeah. I had the
that little
215.
basement me play.
Yeah, I had the 215, and it was just like fucking thunder. I don't know if at the time I thought it sounded good. I have no idea actually.
I thought
what
it sounded amazing.
Like. But I was gonna get super huge tones of a Strat.
Yeah.
That's
why I like the guitars so much.
Yeah, I mean it was a great.
It was real clean, crisp for distortion.
Yeah, it was.
Which Strats are known for.
I used it on position 4, so it was hum canceling, and then it was the middle and the bridge pickup. So it kind of was a humbucker, right?
Right, but a little bit more trebly.
Yeah, because of the jangliness of the
You get the bridge in the mid, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what I know. I ended up getting a PV something at some point because I think I mentioned it, but the 2-man, it's got one tube in it, and I left the fucker on like all day for a show. Like, we'll warm it up. I'm not a genius, and I definitely fucking wasn't then. But it failed me. It failed in a show. So I was like, oh, well, fuck this. And I bought new shit. When it was like, no, you're just a fucking idiot. That's all that was. You're a fucking moron. So I ended up getting a couple 2-mans like that. I just pointed to one on the camera, but I have one here. But yeah, I had that, and I got out of doing the turntables, and then Dismay comes back. We only played like 1 or 2 shows. But that was a lot of fun band. There was a lot of talent in that fucking band.
Yeah.
I was definitely the fucking weak link on that son of a
Sting
bitch.
line, you had
Tony played bass.
Yeah. But, wait, Tony played bass.
Tony played bass. And then
Man, he was a savant.
Steve Jensen sang, and he was fucking awesome.
Oh, Steve Jensen. I remember him now.
Peter Criss. Everybody called him Peter Criss. Yeah, Steve Jensen, he was an awesome fucking singer. And then Tim played awesome drums.
Tim
Morath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a super
What
awesome
was he in
drummer.
before that?
Shifter.
That's where I remember him from. I remember I used to have a Shifter album.
Yeah, I used to have it too. I would love to fucking have it again.
He's a great drummer with speed.
Yeah, his bass drum was awesome.
Yeah, he can play really really fast on beat and everything.
He played before Denver took over drums. He was in Straight Edge Crack Horse. Tim was the drummer in that.
I don't know.
Sec W.
Yeah, I didn't know Denver was in that band.
Yeah, if it was like he played drums at the tail end of it. I don't know how long, but it was like before they stopped playing, you know?
Yeah, I remember Tim in that band. Because I was wondering how Tim was writing with doing that band, and he wrote to the music just fine.
Yeah.
Denver was a pretty unseasoned drummer at that point. I think he started playing on his own like recently.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he
probably played on my drums for a while.
He handled the gig, as far as I remember, pretty decent. Yeah, so Dismay stopped, and then they came back, and I didn't have the thing anymore, but like there was a song where I did get like vocals on it, so like I'd come and do that, but that didn't last long. It was kind of like just one of these things where it ended up not going anywhere. So then like I think right around that time, because for whatever reason Tony liked being in a band with me.
God knows why.
I don't fucking know, because I didn't have any. I had about as I don't know. I wasn't that good. But he, you know, like I've said, and then you said earlier, you got to play with people that are better than you.
Right.
He was definitely better than fucking all of us, and he dragged us kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
To be better. So like,
he did not dumb down his parts.
No, we figured it out. But he was really good at not making it like we've said it so many. He was so fucking good. And I don't even, I haven't heard him play in 20 years. Yeah. I'm sure he's better than he ever was. And he was so goddamn good in high school.
Yeah. Like, I don't know where he could go from that point.
I don't know, because our minds can't fucking handle
it.
Like
I told Jordan, he was double tapping 2 hands on a 6-string Warwick.
Yep.
Improv.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when he got that bass, because it was like, he's like, yeah, I was going to get a 5-string, but then like, I think his mother was like, well, are you just going to probably just go to 6 strings at some point anyways? Yeah, probably. So he just got the 6-string.
Yeah.
He just got the 6-string. So he went from a 4-string to 6-string, and it was like he'd been playing it all his life.
Well, like I told Jordan, he could play Flea like it was no big deal.
And that was, I mean, that was his kind of introduction, but there's elements of that he left in the dust even back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, back then I think he was better than Flea back then.
But
at least the Flea that we hear on record, I'm not sure Flea had stuff he could pull out of his ass that would just be phenomenally good.
Oh yeah, and there's other elements, as the feel elements and all sorts of that is a different discussion.
Some of the stuff that Tony would be playing, I look at him like, how am I going to write to this?
Well, my point where I was getting to is, even though how
shout out to Tony, by the way.
Shout out to Tony. As good as he was, it was never the Tony show.
No. Like
he was really good at just playing for the song and then picking his moments.
Yeah.
So him being 16, 17, 18 years old, whatever at this point, I think we were probably juniors at this point, so 17 years old. He was at that point. He was really good at calling his or playing his parts and making the song better, and then picking his spots when he could shine to make the song better and still put himself over.
Yeah, I think he was probably one of the better songwriters of the band for sure. So for sure. So I think at this point, well, I don't know where because you guys approached me, you and Tony.
Probably, and I think we, you played, which helped, but I think we just we liked you.
God knows why.
I don't fucking know. I ask that every day.
I think you settled in the friendship department right now. Like really settled.
Someone settles and someone reaches, right?
So that means I'm reaching?
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. I think we both have our moments, but I think obviously it helped that you play drums. Okay. But
I'm just commodity to you, huh?
Well, to be fair, I think everybody at some point is, especially in high school when you're trying to find people to play with.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
He's a guitarist. He's good.
Yeah. I don't know if I really like that guy, but he does play guitar. Well, okay, bring him over. We'll try it. Right. Just whatever. But No, I think we liked you, and then like you weren't doing anything either, so it was like, well, yeah, this makes sense,
Yeah.
And then like Lee was good at like getting people to play with him and stuff like that.
Did I bring Lee over?
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you exactly because I know Tony wanted to be in a band with me still for whatever reason. And then somehow, I'm sure it was like one of those things like Lee and Tony were talking and were like, oh, we should do something at some point. I'm sure that's what it was. And then it just kind of happened.
Okay, I know I was good friends with Tony and pretty good friends with you at that point.
Yeah.
And knew I'd get along with both of you guys. And you guys were like, we're starting a band. I'm like, oh, this would be awesome. Because one, Tony's amazing. I liked your guitar playing. Plus, I like hanging out with both of you guys.
Right.
But I don't remember how we got Lee into that one.
No, I have no idea. I really have no fucking clue. I don't know how that works.
Sorry, Lee, who I haven't talked to in a while.
No, every once in a while, something will come up on Facebook and he'll like tag me in it or something like that because it's like he tags like a bunch of the people that he's played with music with over time and shit like that. Yeah, I haven't really talked to him. Very little bits, Yeah,
I got mad one time on Facebook over something political. This is back when I would argue with people all the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's like, I don't need you in my life. But I kind of do like know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's as far as I know, he doesn't post a bunch of shit, obviously, which is fine. But he's got a family.
Yeah, good for him.
He's happy.
Good for him.
So that's all you can do. So yeah, but I don't know how that happened. Really, I don't remember how that all came together. It's just one of those things. Like I know, like I had Lee because he was a year older than us. So I had him in one class, and then me and him became friends. And then I think you were already friends with him.
I don't know how him and I became friends. I think we just hung out in the same group.
That could have been.
Or maybe we started the group. Who knows?
He was one of those dudes in high school that could kind of weave through. He wasn't a jock, but he hadn't like the jocks didn't have problems with him. He could kind of weave through. Yeah. And he could kind of weave through all the social circles, whatever the fuck you want to call them, in high school. And he was kind of cool with everybody. But yeah, like I had a class with him, and then I know he knew like Tony and he knew you. So like, oh, I can be cool with this guy.
Yeah.
And then like, he knew a bunch of the people that I knew. So like we could be cool. And then you knew him and he knew Tony. So it was this kind of this whole thing. And I was like, well, yeah, this makes sense that we would try to play music together, So yeah, it's this convoluted way of getting together. But unless you got did an idea just click on you?
No, I was just thinking that I know that this is some kind of what's the term I'm looking for? Like I'm thinking better than somebody, but it's not what I'm trying to go after here. I changed my drumming style to fit Tony because he was because his bass playing is so different, and really fit with your style. I kind of felt like Lee didn't really fit the band as well as we would maybe wanted.
I don't know, maybe not because our influences were changing at that point because like that's the area where we were starting to get into. Like Incubus was real big in our like group.
Yeah, 311.
And 311 was starting to get bigger in our group, but like Incubus totally. So there's a ton of stuff.
Sounded like was Incubus.
Well, we tried to. Anyways, I think there are elements that not completely.
You tried to.
I definitely
succeeded.
Fucking tried to.
I succeeded. Just saying.
All right. God damn, you're steadfast on that. All right, we'll go with it. You succeeded. You fuck at 17 years old.
Hey,
we were the
high point. Now it's all downhill.
It's all downhill from here. Shout out to yeah, we had new influences at that point, and like Tony could play anything, and he dragged us along kicking and screaming.
Really
and I think we were able to. So I think Lee had kind of more of a. want to like kind of like a just like a more standard rock
Yeah.
kind of way of doing things. So we were able to take the more kind of experimental ish, not really, but like more groove based parts and then intermittent whatever, put them together with the more rock stuff that Lee wanted to do, or Lee, that's what he did.
Right.
And we were able to like kind of put it together. So, and then like Tony was still able to do his stuff, but not always be that.
Who was the lead singer in that band?
Lee was.
Okay.
Yeah, Lee was, and then like we did some like backing stuff, but I think Lee was I don't think we were doing any multi-vocal stuff. We were just doing backups and stuff. So yeah, Lee was the singer in that.
Remember the cover we did of Spice Girls?
That was
If You Want to Be My Lover, what that song is called.
That was did we do a full cover? Did we just put it in a part in a song?
We put it as a part in a song.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. I loved it. The crowd would go nuts too. The few shows we played.
The few shows that we played. Yeah. And I think I was trying to put, because I think I sung that part, if I remember right. I could be wrong. I think I did, though. And I was trying to put Genie in a Bottle in there, but I couldn't quite get it right.
Oh, no, we did that too.
Okay.
We did do that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because there was like some weird part in a song where the groove just like worked right.
Right.
So... Oh, that's awesome. I still remember one riff from that band.
You do?
Yeah. I'll play it for you later. I don't have any guitars hooked up or anything, but
Yeah, I don't remember any of my drum riffs.
yeah. Yeah, I just remember one Misunderstood. Only he, instead of saying misunderstood like the word, he put miss, M-I-S-S, and then understood, that's what the title was. But I remember the riff. It's very strange, but it's super easy. Dun, 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 dun,
Holy
dun.
crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually one of my riffs.
Oh, that was in that band?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember hearing you playing it one day. I'm thinking, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, that was Misunderstood from Anomi. Shout out to Anomi.
Shout out to the Nomi crew.
Oh.
God, I'm terrible at accents.
Yeah, well,
I'm terrible at a lot of things.
Well, but goddamn, you're pretty.
I got no response to that.
None needed.
It's not often you catch me speechless, but oh shucks.
Oh, shucky darns. So yeah, we played a couple shows. I was during that time. I think that was like the first couple that I rented the VFW hall.
I remember those days.
Yeah, so like I would do like once a year. We'd get a bunch of bands, like probably do like 5 or 6 bands, and then charge like $1 a band. Basically, that was kind of the thing. Is whatever you did, you charged $1 a band.
I remember a show. This sticks to my memory forever. You know, certain things to do in your life, you make a mistake, or you say something stupid, and you remember it over and over, wishing you could change it. One, I played really fast every song because I was nervous.
Yeah, that was the first show in that.
And also, there's a girl in the crowd that I had the biggest crush on in the world. Because in high school, you have, whatever crush you have in high school, that's like the crush of all time. But I remember we mic'd up the snare drum, and a friend's band played. It was Jason's band. And like Lee was thanking them stuff, and I remember going down, going, yeah, well, I'm super impressed. It's a great job. And we're watching the show afterwards, and Lee turns to me and goes, "You're not allowed to have a mic anymore, dude." Because like hearing it back, I'm thinking, wow, that sounds so conceited. It's such a dick thing I just said, and it wasn't what I meant. It's like, you guys did a great job.
Yeah, yeah. You're like,
you're
like squeezing your box and all this stuff. And you're just like, hey guys, it was a good show.
Yeah, shout out to Jason. He's probably one of the best guitarists that I've known.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
no doubt, no fucking doubt. And he was in. I know I covered this, but he was in Under 21 when I totally ghosted his fucking ass.
Yeah, and the last band I know of, he was in. What was the name of the band? I just had it. Divided.
Divided, yeah.
That he from what I understand, the first album that he was in, I think he did most of the writing from I want to understand.
Yeah, I think so.
But
that was a whole weird
I don't know that
situation.
that band's great music, just a lot of weird politics. Just call it that.
There's lots of egos going on.
I know, but Jason's a phenomenal guitarist and guitar teacher.
Yes. I don't know where he teaches, but we'll look that up. I will put that. Hopefully I can find it. I'll put something in the description somewhere.
Yeah,
something like that.
Definitely a good dude to know for guitar.
Yeah, we only played a couple shows in Anomi. I know we did the VFW things, and that might have been the only shows that we actually did.
I think it was. We were trying to get into Summerfest, and then Tony's parents offered to pay for us to go to a studio record. We never did it.
I do remember going down. Shit, which was that? Walls Have Ears? I think that was the studio. The Walls Have Ears. I think that's what it was. It was above the Miramar.
Oh yeah.
On Oakland. Yeah.
I do remember.
We went down there on like a Wednesday night. You know, we were still in high school. I remember going down there and meeting it with the guys, and it was so funny because you don't know shit.
No.
And we would have been so unprepared to go in that studio, but we're like, yeah, we can knock out songs in 10 hours. Like, it's like, you know, because it was per hour. You know, because that's how it was.
We're like, well, we can play a song in 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we're just like, yeah, we could knock this out in no time.
10 hours, who needs that?
In fucking 10 hours, we probably would have gotten like 2 drum tracks done, maybe? Maybe?
Oh, my drum tracks would never get done. Like, sir, do you want to play to a click track? A what now?
A what track? A guitar track? No, click track. No. I don't know what that is. I think that's
Even if I tried to, wouldn't be able to do it back then.
No, well, you had no experience doing it. Like,
no, and I didn't know that like my fills and stuff were out of, you know, back then I thought the fills had to be ad-libbed. If you weren't ad-libbing it, you weren't a real guitarist. Now I'm my adult self.
Drummer.
Sorry, I'm a guitarist now. Forgive me. So now it's like I'm looking back going, oh, every single album we listen to, every single good drummer, they play the same fills live.
Yeah.
It's all planned. So if I've been knowing that now, all of the Naomi fills that I screwed up, if I just planned them.
Well, you didn't think of them as actual parts.
No, I thought of them as like in jazz,
they're just things you
kind of filling in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
hence the term
parts.
fill.
Yeah, they're actually like planned out and they're a part. They're a rehearsable part.
Right.
You know, but oh my God.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, I remember just meeting with and I'm sure the engineer that we met was just with, like, when we left, he was probably like, Jesus Christ. He was probably just like, I hope they don't call me back. I guarantee he was like, I hope these fucking guys don't call me back.
He's probably like, I'm gonna tell him it's double the price. It's like, you know, they can't afford it.
Yeah, I mean, and it was probably at least $50 an hour then. At least.
Oh, that's cheap.
And that's cheap, but I'm sure it was at least that, and we would have burned that up, you know, in fucking no time. Yeah, that would have been a learning experience.
Very expensive learning
Holy
experience.
fuck, yeah, that would have been bad. That was probably a good idea. We didn't do that because there would have been like half a song done somewhere.
Yeah. So, like, I think the end of that band, we all knew was coming to an end. And, like, it wasn't like one guy's going, I'm done, I'm out of here. You know, I was going off to college. Mm-hmm. You were going off to college in your own way.
Yeah, Tony did too. I mean, we were all staying. You were the only one that, like,
was
moved.
Leaving the college. Yeah.
And I think Lee was trying.
Did he move to West Bend or something like that at the time?
I remember him working in Waukesha. I don't remember. It was somewhere in that time, but yeah, like, he had graduated high school.
I think he's a year ahead of us.
He was.
Yeah.
So he had graduated high school, and then, like, I think he had to, like, go out and be, like, an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he was, like, allowed to live at home anymore.
Oh, hold on.
So, like,
hold
he
on.
had to go
hold
do
on.
his shit.
We have to mention something about Lee here.
I think I know what you're going to say.
How the fuck did he get a custom 24 PRS for $900?
It's because he batted his eyes. I was there. I was there. It was the damnedest thing ever. I can't. Was that a 22 or a 24?
It's 24. That's the guitar I wanted forever.
Yeah,
Because
it was
it's
blue.
the color I liked.
Yeah, it was blue.
Was that a flame top or a quilt top?
I think it was a flame top.
It's gorgeous either way.
Yeah, this is a guy. Okay, this is like the internet was like a baby and like all this stuff. So we had to go. We went out to. It was in Brown Deer. This guy. You know, I'm sure he was probably in his 40s or something like that, right? So we roll in, we're 17, 18 years old. Lee ain't gotten a
payments.
money. What's that?
The guy took payments.
Yeah. Lee, we didn't have any money, you know. Lee is just, he's doing what he can. He was delivering pizzas.
He's a good hustler.
And he was just like he's just a genuine dude.
He'd be a good salesperson.
Yeah. Like he was just a genuine fucking guy. So we roll up. Lee doesn't have, like, I can't remember if the asking price was $900 or if it was more. I guess it doesn't really matter. But we roll in and Lee's playing this guitar and I just basically drove him. You know, and I'm there. You know a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but like, I don't know shit. You know? So he's playing, it's like, man, I really like it. And somehow or another, now this guy that we go and visit at his house doesn't know Lee from fucking anybody. He doesn't know him at all. Just this kid doesn't have enough money to buy this guitar. This dude allows him to make fucking payments. And, well, I think he had to pay half of it before he could, like, take the guitar. Mm-hmm. So he had to give him, like, $500 over time. And he allowed him to fucking do it. And Lee paid him. You know, Lee was always a pretty stand-up dude.
Tried to be anyway.
Even back then. So like he paid him and he paid him in full. He didn't fuck him. He didn't do anything. But yeah, he got a damn PRS that was probably only a couple years old at that point. So it's a mid-90s.
It's probably like a $2,000 guitar, brand new at the time.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And guy allows him to make fucking payments.
I know.
And
a high school kid.
Holy shit, yeah. Senior in high school.
Yeah.
That's delivering pizzas and trying to make like his life work, you know? It's just like, oh man, he did it. Oh, and that I honestly I don't remember playing the guitar at all. I probably did, you know, but
yeah, you did. I don't think I ever touched it.
Yeah. But yeah, he was able to get this beautiful PRS guitar. You know, American made the whole fucking deal. The real deal and
real deal.
And he made payments on to a dude who didn't know him at all.
I mean, I think today the brand new those guitars are going for $3,000 to $3,500.
Probably, yeah, probably. You know, somewhere a lot. You know.
No, sorry, Liam, I say this. I don't think your skill level was at the point to have a PRS. Just like my drum skill level wasn't at the point to be playing DDW Workshop or something.
The only person that we knew who probably had the skill set that was in the band was Tony.
Yeah. Well, hell, Tony had a 6-string Warwick.
Yeah.
You know what? And he had the right to have that guitar, that bass.
I remember one time we were listening to Korn. This is off the Lee subject. This is on Tony's subject now. We were listening to Korn. I walk into his house. He's listening to Korn, and he's doing lead solos with an acoustic over Korn songs, and they sound good.
The guy was a savant with music. I remember he'd sit down with the guitar and just never. I remember the first time he picked up a guitar. He goes, "Yeah, I could pick this guitar." He starts playing chords.
Oh man,
I'm like,
that's
"You're
so
jerk."
Funny.
That's
so fucking funny.
And he started learning how to play drums, and he learned pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The guy just was a savant with music.
It's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think life just happened for that band. I'm pretty sure life just, or I don't know if I don't think we were done with high school yet, but Lee was done.
Right.
And like, probably at that time, like, you knew I was going to go to college.
Right.
And like, Tony was going to go to college, but he ended up going to UW. So it was like, or UWM, I mean. So like, he still lived at home, but like, yeah, like life was going to happen.
Right. So we knew that we're coming to an end. It wasn't going to work. And we
Yeah.
all just kind of knew that. And I think the only person, I think actually Lee was probably the most distraught of the whole thing. Like, we're all kind of sad that it's ending, but I think Lee was like, what kind of thing?
Yeah, maybe. It's weird. I don't remember a lot of how that ended, but I'm just kind of guessing. But yeah, no. I think he was probably like, he may have been like, we can make this work,
Right.
but it just wasn't gonna. That's probably what it was,
Yeah, and that's how he was. He does like, we'll make it work. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
kind of guy,
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was the end of Anomi.
Yeah, and then like I had went with Tony and we started a new band and we did
Afro
shit.
Sack.
The Afro Sack
With
Conspiracy.
a much better drummer. At the time, I did not like Dano.
No, he was a threat. He was a threat to you.
Also, he's kind of a jerk to me.
He had I mean, again, we were kids.
He was supremely talented, and he
So,
acted like it.
He did have a little bit of a
But looking
ego.
back, I can really appreciate how good he was.
because he was younger.
He's
He was
younger,
a
very
year
talented.
or two. Was
He's
he
like
a
2 or 3
year?
years younger than me.
Yeah, he's probably 2 years younger. So I mean, he was probably a sophomore.
You know,
when
the
we were
first
seniors.
time I actually saw him play was at Solo Ensembles. He happened to be playing the same piece I was trying to play, and I could not play it.
Oh.
He's playing it 2 times faster than the music called for. I heard him playing it from across the gym where everyone's set up.
Yeah,
It made me so sick to my stomach that I almost threw up, and
Ooh.
I just bowed out.
you didn't even do him.
I didn't even bother.
Oh shit.
I felt so because, and that's my last Solo Ensembles. I'm like, this is not worth it for me. I don't like coming to this, but we're forced to by the school.
Sure.
Like, F this. I'm not done with this. I think at that point, I done with school band altogether,
Okay.
which that's an interesting story. If you remember, I don't remember that story.
I don't.
So I was the lead drummer in all the bands. I was the lead drummer in Jazz One,
Okay.
Symphonic Band, everything there was, and I never practiced.
Okay. Was
And-
that just because I'm the fucking lead and
Well,
that's it, or
because I could play through it twice, and I get it.
okay?
So I figured, I'll get it during the lesson.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at sight reading, drum music that is. So, come to lessons, and he'd be like, "I noticed you didn't practice, but I'm gonna have to pass you. I'm passing you because you did complete it in the end." He's like, "Next time, I want you to come prepared next time." Well, I didn't.
The
Drum teacher,
Okay.
or the music teacher.
sure. Okay.
And he was the top music teacher. He also, I guess, was a drill sergeant in a past life.
Okay.
And then that's how he kind of did things. So he came to the next lesson, same thing. He's like, "You didn't practice
Yeah.
like I wanted you to." He goes, "So I'm going to take you out of Jazz 1, put you in Jazz 2, take you out of Symphonic, put you in concert band until you start practicing."
Oh.
And he's like, "I'm going to put this freshman who doesn't know the difference between a swing beat and a straight 8 in your place in Jazz 1. I said, "Go ahead and see how that goes." I walked out of that practice, walked straight down to the office and dropped out of all band.
Oh no shit.
And it became a big thing in the school that I dropped out of band. And he chased me down. He's like, "I didn't want you to quit." I'm like, "Deal with your decision." And I walked away from him. So he had a freshman who didn't know how to play jazz in Jazz 1 playing drums.
Okay. Trying to big league and motherfucker.
And then the jazz band sucked.
Okay.
He eventually learned. It wasn't he couldn't get there. It just he wasn't
Wasn't prepared for it. Yeah.
Right. You
Sure.
know, I could have taught him a lot, and he could have learned a lot. I think. I don't think Anthony Capferry was playing at that time. Shouldn't have said his full name, but that's all right. He won't care. You talk to Anthony at all?
I haven't talked to him in years.
He's an inspiration to talk to these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love talking to him. We talk all the time.
Oh, okay.
Not like all the time, but we'll every couple months we'll message each other and, "Hey, how's it going?" and stuff.
Sure. No, that's
But
awesome. Shout out to Anthony Capferry.
yeah, that dude was a phenomenal drummer.
Yep.
And I remember I used to go to his house after school, and we would take turns playing on his drum set. Because originally I saw him as a threat, because there's a guy in school before Anthony came in. It's like, I don't know, freshman drummer coming in, way better than you are. And constantly throwing it in my face all the time. So Anthony came in, like, this guy's a fucking threat.
Oh, okay.
But he's a cool dude, and we got along really well, and we stopped seeing each other as enemies and started like trying to one up each other, kept pushing each other to get better, and we started actually practicing together. It was a really good situation. And at the time, I had just joined with you guys, so my skill set was at a certain point, and then when I played with you and Tony and Lee, my skills get just skyrocketed by 100%.
Okay.
You know, I can't believe how good I got because of you guys. So shout out to the Naomi crew. But then in jazz, I was able to incorporate a lot of that snare hits I was doing in the Chas Dixon style of playing.
Yeah.
Which elevated my playing, but still couldn't play in beat.
How did that because you got I wasn't in jazz band or any of that shit in school, so like
you were old
they
school.
were doing
Yeah.
they were keeping
They were directing you. So I had visual cue, and it was really hard because if I look away for even a second, I look back, he's looking at me going, you know, trying to get me back on beat. I would fall off beat that quickly.
wow. That's just it doesn't quite compute like how that would happen, but I guess if
I think it's because I couldn't feel it, so I had to use an audible cue of where the beat was, which is me. So I was judging where the beat was off of myself.
okay.
So it's like a runaway diesel engine. It just
Sure.
had no regulation.
The engine brake didn't work.
Throttle body broke. So we're just gonna keep on going.
Well, and I think that was probably because I think you took drum. Were you playing drum kit
Yeah.
then in that? So you had taken lessons, but you're quite in the way of putting all the ideas together still.
Well, in the drum lessons I had, no one ever brought out a metronome. Or told me I had a problem with my beat.
Oh, okay. Well, that would have been because I know you said your first drum teacher would be like, okay, you can play the parts now. You have to play them together.
Actually, that was my third drum teacher.
Oh, it was. Holy fuck!
I've had about 4 or 5 drum teachers.
Sure, and wow, that
6 if you count Bob Lauco. Shout out to Bob Lauco. Anybody out in Heartland, he is a phenomenally good teacher. I was just a shitty student.
because like I remember when I went to college for that semester, it was for guitar, and that was like the first like lessons I had ever had. But he would always sit there on his guitar and
hit the beats for you.
hit the
Yeah, I never had that.
to make sure. That's wild. That am I out of line to be shocked by that?
I don't know. I don't really care either way.
I know you don't, but it seems like that's where you would start.
You think of for a drummer. You would think
Yeah,
so.
you'd think so.
Well, I used to play listening to the music.
Yeah, so you didn't necessarily have to keep the beat. You just knew where the snares would be, so you were on beat then, right?
And even now, when I play, I still play the music, but I'm very careful about trying to stay in beat. Like I told you recently, because I haven't played drums in about 4 years now, so I got the new drum set.
Yeah.
I sat down and I started playing one song. Like I can't keep up with this beat. I can't get it. I sit down with a rap beat. I have a good time. But then I sat down with Newfound Glory, and had no problem keeping that feel.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing what they were playing. I was just playing my own thing. But I was doing improv fills and everything, and just keeping on that beat. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is the start of a brand new world for me. Maybe because I could feel it.
Sure.
Like, is this what it's supposed to feel like? So, but I still have my metronome. I keep practicing to that because it's so important. If I ever want to play drums in a band, I need to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I do have a pretty good skill set.
Yes.
Even though it's been unpracticed, but
You always had that.
I could play literally anything. I
Yeah.
just couldn't do it in time.
Yeah, your technical and your technique was always really good. It was always really good.
Yeah.
And your knowledge of it was always really good. Like you can talk about it now and be like, talking about paradiddles and the blah 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 with all the other shit, and then you're like, I don't know what the fuck that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of them, but I don't know what that means. But you'd be like, oh, that means this, and you'll just do it. Like it's just that you could do it without even paying attention to what you're doing, and you haven't done that shit in 20 years, but it's still just there, and you can just do it like it's.
Yeah,
like it's
well,
nothing.
and not 20 years, because to be fair, when I went to school, the first I went to school to become for music.
Yeah.
The first 2 years I was there was music, so I was taking drum lessons, and even then, there was no click track or anything.
That's so wild.
But for some reason I was able to fake it. You know, I had to play a marching band, which that has a director. I mean, that's why, because everything had directors. You know, I mean, you do a solo. Even when I would do a solo, I had no problems. Maybe it's because I rehearsed it so much.
And you had you had already heard it, probably. Like somebody played it already,
Right.
and you heard it. So you had that cue. This is where I'm supposed to be. Maybe.
Yeah. I remember we had to do things called trials every at the end of the year or at the end of the semester. So I do 4 of them. We had to do a planned solo on the snare, then a xylophone thing or whatever it's called.
Okay.
And then one thing was a drum set thing, and you had to play different beats on a drum set. You know, jazz or reggae or
Sure.
rock. And rock, I just did like my normal 311 style rock.
Okay.
And one kid, he was a talented drummer. He goes in there, he has no Dr. Feelgood.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
You know, and we all heard it, and we're like, "That Dr. Feelgood." We're all in the back room listening. We're all laughing. He comes out, he's like, "Y'all hear that?"
Nice. Nice. Everybody's singing, he's the one they call Dr. Feelgood.
You feel all right. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But and then I kind of realized there's nothing to do with this, and there's no practicality to music as a degree unless you're going to teach. So we make money at it. Especially, I didn't want to go into like a symphony or orchestra. I'm getting played. That's not my jam. I play bands. I played drum sets. What I wanted. So I don't want to teach.
I gotcha.
Because I don't really like people. So
I know I mentioned that we were talking a couple weeks ago, maybe, and I was talking about Kenny Aronoff, and he's not a drummer in your wheelhouse, but he's like he's a world-renowned drummer. We were talking. He
I don't
played
know
with
who that
like
is.
John Cougar Mellencamp, and
okay.
like
Session
he's
drummer.
the one.
He's a session drummer.
Well, yeah, I mean, but he toured with he was
Right.
in John Cougar's band.
No, he's a professional drummer.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he now, to make like that Fiverr thing. He's not on Fiverr. He does it through his website. But you can send him tracks, and Kenny fucking Aronoff, professional fucking drummer, will write.
Drummer to the stars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He was in that. Remember that documentary Hired Gun? I don't know if you watched it. Did you watch it? You should
wait.
Yeah, you watched it.
Yeah, is that the one with like Bruce Springsteen or something like that?
No. It was.
Was he the guy that wrote that really airy drum beat that's famous from that one's?
Yeah, bald.
Yeah, what song is that? What song is that from? Jack and Diane.
Jack and Diane.
Yeah,
the drum solo in that.
It's like I never would have done that.
Yeah, well, it
fits perfectly.
They're like, oh, drum solo needs to be in here, and he goes, "What the fuck?" And if you haven't,
ding, 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 ding.
If you haven't heard or watched the documentary, obviously you've heard the song. Everybody has at some point, even if you don't realize it. He's walking up to the John Cougar Mellencamp, who at this point he was a big star that would hire his own band. It wasn't a band that you're like, your buddy. It was, we're getting the best fucking players.
Musicians.
And if you don't play how I want it, you're fucking out. That's how it was, right?
This is where I make the distinction between historically I always called a musician and a guitar player or whatever. I guess now I would say a musician and a professional player. Musician is someone who writes the music. Player is someone who is supremely talented, who can play anything you want them to play.
Yeah, you could go with that. But the story is, he tells it as John Cougar Mellencamp, the guy who's sold millions of records, at this point is going, here's a song we have with no drums. I want a drum solo in it. Play one. And you got to get it fucking right.
Yeah.
So he's walking under the drum kit. He's like, I'm 30 feet away. What the fuck am I going to play? 20 feet away. What the fuck am I going to play? I'm sitting down the drum set. What the fuck is happening here? And he plays the, whatever it is. You can, he was on Bill Burr's podcast, and
really?
he hummed it out. And Bill Burr was freaking out. He was like, the guy who played that drum set is humming it in my face right now. He was flipping out. But that's what it was. And it made the fucking song. Like, everybody plays air drums to this fucking part of the song.
That was John Mellencamp?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea this kind of stuff. I really don't care.
It's really fucking neat. But
it's a cool story, though, for sure.
But he that's how his start. He was in high school and played drum kit. That's what he wanted to play. He wanted to play drum kit. So he was like a jockey kind of guy, but still played he played in rock bands and shit. And I can't remember the song, but they were rehearsing the song. They were playing the song live. He played it live, whatever it was, some cover, right? He gets wind of this teacher, this drum teacher, where he's from New York or in that area. So he gets wind of he's going to go and meet this drum teacher, and he's got this ego, really fucking good, right? He's a jock, so he's got that. He's got this long hair, he's feeling it, right? And so he's like, I got fucked.
Feeling it.
Yeah, right, nice. He's like, I was out partying the night before. I was fucking hungover. I got this. I'm the shit, right?
That's me in high school.
So he
split up the hungover part.
He goes to this drum teacher, and he's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, well, he says, play something on the timpani. It's the whole percussion thing.
Right.
I don't know how to play that. Well, play something on the bells or whatever. There's that. I don't know how to do that. Well, what do you know? It's like, well, I play drum kit. Okay. Play me something. It's like, well, whatever you want. He's like, so I was rehearsing this song, whatever fuck it was. And he played it. And he got a little bit into it. 10 seconds, and he goes, stop. He's like, that was fucking horrible. So he's like, I could either quit right then. I could have been, fuck this guy. I know that. But the jockey part, you got to be coached, right? So He was like, well, fuck that. Of course. All right, fine. Teach me then.
Yeah.
It worked. And he went to college and all that stuff and had to learn all that other stuff, but yeah, he ended up playing drum kit, I think, but that made him, you were talking about, I don't need to know how to play this stuff unless I'm going to teach people. But he learned all that stuff, and I guess it made him a better musician. But
I didn't mean like I didn't need to learn this stuff to be. So I wasn't going to teach people. I mean,
that wasn't your direction.
There was no money in it.
Yeah.
Unless you became
which is very
a session
true.
drummer or something.
Yeah.
But I like to write.
Yeah.
My first teacher, his name is Andy. Cool dude. Taught me to enjoy drums. The second dude after that was this guy named Dave, who wrote a book on technique.
Oh.
But it was his own personal technique.
Okay.
And so when I started to take lessons from him, I was already playing Metallica. And he's like, we're going to go back to the basics, playing chord notes on the snare, but hold the sticks differently. He wanted me to hold, because that's what his technique book was about, was how to hold the sticks so you don't get carpal tunnel.
Okay.
Which I taught myself a way to do that later on in my life.
Yeah.
Not his technique, completely different technique. And I've never had problems with carpal tunnel. Never have.
Right.
So I teach people how to play drums. I teach them how to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not so much changing your hand. It's more about being loose. So anyways, I can learn from him because he didn't. I think I took lessons with him for 5-6 lessons. And by the last one, he knew that there was an issue. He asked me to bring one of my books along to play too. But at that point, I was already done with him. So left him, and that's when a friend of Tressa's from high school wanted to teach, and he played the kind of. That's who Jeff was. Yeah. And he's the one that came over, and I played Trapped Under Ice for, and it's like, yeah, great. But you didn't play the bass drums in time. Think of it this way. I'm like, holy crap. You just made me 100% better. I get where you're coming from. You tell me a way that I want to learn. A way that I could accept. But up to that point, like, there's Bob Locko from Heartland, who's a very well-known drum teacher in Wisconsin came out to the house to teach me, and he started changing all my drums.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like that. I'm like, what we, and he told my mom he couldn't be my teacher because I was too opinionated, which was true. I was. And I was young, and I thought I knew better, and I liked it how it was. And now my drum set's set up exactly how he wanted me to set mine up.
Ah, okay.
Like, he kept, let me turn my toms flat.
Sure.
It makes sense because you get more stroke on it. As so it makes a lot of sense in my adult mind.
Yeah.
So
But you had the picture of Lars,
yep.
where they're like
All 80s drummers.
Yeah.
Where it's almost like vertical.
Yeah.
And funny story though is I took vocal lessons not too long ago from Heartland.
Yeah.
Bob Lockel was teaching there in the next room over.
Drums?
Yeah.
Still? Yeah.
And he came out looking for his next student. I talked to him like, you remember me? No. Like, he came to my house and he told me I was opinionated. He goes, I'm like, you were right though. Okay. I was like, yeah, you would try to teach me. And we talked a little bit. I was like, yeah, I just want to let you know I appreciated you as an adult. I appreciate what you teach me. As a kid, I didn't know any better. He goes, that happens a lot more than you could imagine. I'm like, yeah, I bet it does. I just want to let you know I wasn't a lost cause in the end.
Right. It worked. Whatever you say, and I learned something, right?
Yeah, I did learn from you, and now I set my drums up the way you want me to. So, like I said, anyone who wants to play drums, Bob Lockel's a good teacher.
I was going to ask if that was at the Heartland Music Center, but you just answered the question.
Heartland Conservatory.
There it is.
Music Conservatory. Yeah. And shout out to my vocal teacher, Todd. He was very talented.
Shout out to Todd.
Yeah. That's just to see how he's doing. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah. Well, didn't he have health problems and stuff there for a little bit? Yeah.
He's doing fine now.
Nice.
We're friends on Facebook, so I see what he's up to once in a while.
Sweet. That's good.
Anyway, so let's go back because we got jumped forward a little bit.
That's all right.
Let's
see.
So we're in college. We stopped talking for a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. It was just kind of, life. It takes you one way. I went another.
Yeah, I got introduced to punk music at that point.
Yeah, which is wonderful.
Yeah, well, skater punk. Because I remember I was going to college. I'm like, I want to learn how to skateboard. So get around campus and skateboarding is cool.
See, that's oh yeah, that's right. Because you didn't ride like in high school. You didn't.
No.
Because the friends that I had were skateboarders. I mean, I couldn't skate for fucking shit. Like I could hardly ollie.
Yeah,
but like I had a board and I tried, and everybody my closest friends that were skateboarders were like, cool, keep trying. And then you get just like in any little thing, you get those assholes that are like, well, you can't, whatever. Yeah. Watch this, I'll do a heel flip, and you're like, oh fuck, and he's just like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you get him in all, but the friends that I had that I really rode with were like, they would try to teach me some shit, and it just didn't fucking work or whatever, but just keep rolling, you'll get it.
I can't think of a single skateboarder in the high school that was a crappy person.
I don't think they were, I couldn't tell you any that were crappy.
Not to me, anyway.
Crappy people. But there were some that were a little bit, they were better, so they were a little bit more.
I remember a kid down by Drew Lake, same name. He was like only 3-4 boards.
Oh, okay.
Like he was really, really good at it. And I skated with him all the time because he was just like, yeah, man, good. Keep working on it.
Nice.
He's a cool dude. And he would try and teach me stuff and never worked because I sucked. I just want to be able to ollie so I can skate around campus. And I skated for years.
Sure.
I never got any better.
No, but I don't. That's not something that
a two-stair. That's about all I could do.
Oh.
I landed a varial flip twice.
On accident. Hey, still fucking landed it.
No, on purpose.
Oh, you did?
And if you landed twice, you own the trick.
That's true. You can do a varial.
I can do a varial flip. I mean, I guess, I did land it by accident. I was trying to, but it actually happened.
But it happened twice.
Happened twice, so I own it. But I think that led to me getting into skater punk.
All right.
Because the guy next door to me he liked Good Charlotte, and then he introduced me to Goldfinger, which became one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, still is. Yep.
Yeah, still is. And at that time, Skater Boy came out.
Ah, very nice.
And
All right.
everyone kept calling me Skater Boy on campus, which Avril Lavigne's hot. So it's like, I was cool with that.
Shout out.
Shout out Avril Lavigne. Leave your husband. He's not worth your time.
Oh, they're.
Oh, she finally learned?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I just actually, it's strange enough, I just read something about her. She was out of, you hadn't heard much from her. She had Lyme disease, or she has Lyme disease.
Oh, really?
She was like pretty much laid up for like 2 years straight. But yeah.
I have a friend who's got Lyme disease pretty bad, and it's kind of destroyed her life a little bit. I feel bad
yeah.
for her.
Yeah. There's a band, country band that I learned about on Pandora named Andy.
Shout out Pandora.
Shout out Pandora. Shout out to Andy's Automatics. They're actually from, I learned they're from Oshkosh.
Oh, really?
Great fucking band. But on Facebook, I just messaged him one day. I said, hey, I just found out, I'm a fan. I just found out that you're from Oshkosh. I'm here in Waupun. That's kind of cool. And he's like, he messaged back. And he's like, or I was like, are you guys doing anything? When, I see you haven't done anything for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, the reason for that is because I have fucking Lyme's disease.
Well, that's a bomb to drop on a fan.
Well, I was just, he didn't say fucking, but, I interjected that. But he's like, yeah, I got Lyme's disease. And I've been dealing with that. He's like, we want to be back, but I got to get over this first. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
How do you get over it? That's a question.
Yeah.
There's really no cure to it.
No, there isn't. It's brutal. It's fucking brutal.
It is. My friend, man, she spent, I can't imagine how much money.
Yeah.
She flies up to Seattle for special treatments. She's trying all this not ergonomic, holistic type stuff.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah.
Just for literally everything. And she knew she had it, and doctors kept saying she didn't. So she blames the doctors a lot, which I can understand where she's coming from.
Yeah. Jeez. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal,
bad
man.
for her. Anyways, let's get back to the
the ebbs and flows.
So got into skater punk, and then started playing. At this time, I was playing drum and band, but I had a guitar that Slammer Hammer brought to school with me, and I was learning how to play still. And that's when I really started getting into writing, and it was the song. I don't know if it was Aliens. I think it was Aliens by Blink-182.
Okay.
That's my first big influence song.
Oh, okay.
Because it has that ding-ding-ding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Now think about all the riffs I've written in the past.
Yeah, they're in that realm.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally in that realm.
I love that. So it became my thing. And that really kind of set me off in that direction. And I still do it to this day. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like one of your go-to little riffs there.
No, it wasn't Aliens. It was Mutt.
Okay. I don't remember the... I remember the riff, but I don't remember the song titles. So...
I know, I'm so off pitch. I don't care.
Somebody got it, Ryan. Somebody got it.
It was nice visiting with you, John.
Well, that's...
That'll take care of part 2 and final one.
And he's never coming back. All right. No. Yeah, no, that is definitely in that that style of music. That is one of your staples.
Yeah, and I never was the biggest Blink-182 fan.
Yeah,
I had that album, what a good album, but to me all the songs sounded the same.
All right. Yeah.
And it's funny because I lived in an apartment, and the guys below me who were, listening to Lamb of God call me Blinky all the time. And one day I asked them, why do you guys call me Blinky? Well, because you like Blink-182. Like, have you ever heard me play that? Well, no. Then why the...
One song, dude.
Yeah,
it's probably just a thing because it's all...
Well, because I dressed like a punk skater kid.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Quote, unquote, So, okay, Goldfinger...
And then I got into New Found Glory and stuff. And there was a time I took time off of school, I think.
Yeah, and that is...
that's when you and I reconnected.
Yes. I don't. It's hard to remember exactly, but yeah, like you were like,
I remember drinking Coronas in the basement.
yeah, because we were doing some shit, but that was right after. That was when Single Serving Friends was done.
No, before that.
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Do I really? Am I that off on the timeline?
Yes, because the songs wrote in that band were some of my first songs I wrote.
Huh. See, I thought it was after.
215 was after Single Serving Friends.
Oh yeah.
You were in Breathe the Silence while I was in Single Serving Friends.
Was it? Was it really?
Yeah.
Shit. Wow. Goddamn. Revisionist history. Okay, but yeah, there was. Yeah, you did because you came back. And
I don't know why we started talking again.
you just called me up.
I called you up?
Yeah, because I didn't. We could kind of. I think so. I don't remember exactly, but something happened, and all of a sudden it was just like.
Because you're the one that's good at staying in touch with people. I suck at it.
Oh God, I'm fucking horrible at it now.
You're still better than I am at it.
Maybe it was because like your phone number has never changed.
Nope.
So maybe that's what
Shout
it was.
out to my number.
Should we just put it out here? It's
No.
I'm just kidding.
You probably know it because it's been.
I actually do know it. It's like one of 3 phone numbers.
Yeah,
I
everyone
fucking
knows
know.
my phone number. So any of my friends from high school have my number. You can just give me a call anytime.
It's just still the
I
same.
won't answer, but leave a message
Yeah.
and I'll call you back.
He's walking through the spider webs. Shout out to Gwen Stefani.
Now we all know how to spell banana. Thank you, Gwen.
Oh man, that is bananas. Yeah, I don't know. Something happened, but like I was like super into like bowling. I'd be bowling all the time, so I remember talking to you, and I go, "So do you roll, man?" And you like stopped.
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
you're
I
like-
thought you meant like drugs.
Yeah, and I knew you were gonna do that. That's why I did it. So there was this pause, and you're like, you know, one of those. And I was like, "Would you like to bowl?" And you're like, oh. Well, not really, but you know. Just wanted to
I do remember that. I can't remember what my thought process was of going like,
You were
is
like,
is he
"Mom."
some big druggy
yeah.
now?
Right. He wants to drop ecstasy with me or something. Is that the right? Is that how you
think
do
that's
that?
rolling.
Do you drop it? I don't
No,
know.
isn't rolling acid?
I think it's ecstasy.
I have no
don't
idea.
fucking
I'm
know.
not a druggie.
Me neither. Oh my god. But yeah, that's I remember that because there's just this pause, this eerie pause, and you're just like,
Well, I remember what was special about that was we were talking, and you're like, "Yeah, I really want to play drums in a band." I'm like, "I really want to play guitar in a band."
oh yeah.
And we're both into the same kind of music at the time.
Yeah. Yep. We wanted to do like a pop punk thing.
I called Tony, and it's like, "Yeah, I really want to do like a pop punk kind of thing." And he said, "Well, call Johnny. He's into that kind of music."
Oh shit! Is that how that happened? All
I
right.
don't, because I don't know why I called Tony. I think maybe him and I just stayed in contact, you know.
Okay.
So I called you up and like hit it off real well and started playing music together. And I mean, mostly we did just drinking beers in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it was like early. So I remember. It's like your parents hadn't gone like to work yet, and I'm walking in with like a fucking sixer because it was in your basement, and, and there's oh, all right, well, this is what my son is doing today.
Well, at the time we weren't old enough. I don't think
You know what? Something
it was close.
I don't know. No, we were because I could have went and bought beer.
Yeah, maybe
it
it been
was
a month
you-
off.
You were. I might be wrong about this, but something tells me that you weren't. You're trying to save money or something, so you're going back and forth you were still going back and forth to school, maybe, like you had stopped living there. I don't know something. I don't know if you were done with school or you were just.
I can't remember if I took a break or not.
I can't remember
I think-
either.
I think I might have failed out the first semester, and then I had to appeal to get back in. But I don't remember if there was a semester off there or not.
Fuck, it's so weird. I don't I don't remember it.
Or was it just a summer?
Could have been. I don't know.
But if you were practicing in the middle of the day, then I must not have been working.
No, because like I would come over at like 8 or 9 in the morning.
So it must have just been a summer.
It could have been. It could have been. It could have been. Yeah.
And like I'm surprised my parents let me get away with that.
Yeah.
It must have been the freshman year. They probably said, this is the last year we're going to allow you to not work.
Maybe. God damn it, I don't remember. That's so weird.
Yeah. So remember after that, if I was home, I had to find a job.
Sure.
And if I was at school, I didn't have to. But in the summers, I was working for my father.
Yeah. And then
I had to do something.
makes sense.
I couldn't just, or if I want to stay at home, they'd have a list of things for me to do all the time.
Sure.
Which is fine.
Yeah, you'd have to do shit.
I mean, I'm sure at the time I was like, yeah. Now as a adult, I'm like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's a great trade right there.
Right. Where
It's
do I
amazing
hire me one of those?
It's amazing when you look back with an adult mind going, oh, what the hell was I thinking? You know?
Oh god, it's brutal. Fucking brutal, some just shit. But what are you gonna do? You know?
But I remember I loved playing with you when you were playing drums because you had very much a Newfound Glory influence in your drumming.
Yeah, I think that was about that's about as good as I could get, I think.
And we got as far. I think we got Ryan Kay.
Yep.
For a little bit, and he was just starting to learn how to play guitar. So he couldn't really come up with stuff, so I gave him little things to do.
Yeah.
And I felt back, I felt like I was writing his parts in really simplistic, but he just wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And it didn't last much past that. I think then at the time, your other half of that time hated me.
Yeah. And that was obviously difficult. Yeah, god damn it. Oh, like I know I've covered this in the show. Fuck man, you got to do some shits before, but you always got to go through shit to learn shit, so you get to the good shit.
Right. I still look back and laugh at the moment she came back from that Christian camp.
Oh God.
And said that it's okay for you to see me. So I met she's out for bowling. And I sat next to you. I sat next to you, and she came up to me. She said, "Ryan, I forgive you." The whole thing was I told her what she needed to hear.
Yes.
She didn't want to hear it. That's why she banned me
Yes.
from your life. I remember she told me, "I forgive you." I was about to say something, and you, Ryan, please,
Just let it go.
Ryan, please, just let it go. So I let it go.
Oh fuck.
Retroactive F you. To her. I know she's not listening, but
That's well.
she probably
warranted.
knows that she was wrong at this point, or maybe she doesn't.
I don't know.
Who cares?
It doesn't fucking matter.
Not my
anymore.
life.
Yeah, doesn't fucking matter. Oh my god. Yeah, I think there was a time where she, she was hell bent on me making you apologize, so I had to yell at you. My cameras have now run out of battery, so we're just running solo on here, which is just fine. But I'm gonna do air quotes. I had to yell at you.
I remember you getting my face, but tell me you're going to get my face.
Yeah, like I had to it's like when someone closes the door and gets really animated. Oh man, that guy's really fucking yelling at him. But he's going, "How's your fucking day? You're doing good? Oh man, that's awesome. I'm glad for you." Oh, it was one of those, and you're just
you
like,
come up to me at the bowling alley. I'm going to yell at you. Just let it go.
yeah. You're doing the, yeah, I'm sorry. Wink,
Yeah.
wink. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You made me bite my soul.
Yeah.
You owe me for that one.
I think somewhere along the line it's been
think that?
repaid.
You think
I
that?
so.
Oh, you think that, huh?
God damn, okay. Jesus Christ. All right, we in Fight Club here? What the fuck? Oh, man. But yeah,
Well,
we
so-
got... Go ahead.
I was just telling Jordan, we get to the point now where it's like we don't owe each other anything. It just gets, it's all washed in the end. We don't care.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
In the end, guys and look down and go, what the hell are you two doing all this?
Yeah. Do I need...
Nothing.
Would you just... Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Give you life, and this is what you guys do with it, huh? Front strokes and letter Kenny quotes. Got it.
Yeah. And I just dropped a Barney Stinson, so shout out to Barney Stinson.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. There's, obviously there's pretty much there's tons of times in everybody's life where you look back and you're just like, what the fuck? And that section of time, I think we both have things, all the time, but like, yeah, definitely there's tons of sections there where I was like, what the fuck? But it's all part of it, right?
It's all part of the life, all part of the living.
Part of the party. Or what the fuck ever. No,
So,
but
is there a charge for these things? What do you do with these things now?
yeah, I got to charge them. My phone went dead. My GoPro went dead. Yeah, it's just I'm just gonna have to put the logo up. It's gonna be
Okay.
It's still gonna go up on the YouTubes, but it's not gonna be.
Your show.
Well, I run a fucking tight ship, super high quality. Not at all. The audio sounds decent, I guess. My voice doesn't because it's me, but
Oh, you think your voice sounds bad?
yeah, but you know what? I got fucking guests, so shout out to Tom.
Your
and
guess is
Mitch.
me, so
Hey, that's all right. You're my first guest besides my cat.
beat by the cat. Damn.
She basically I forgot to shut the door. That's how that happened.
Oh, I know.
So she rolled in, but
She real like she owned the place.
yeah, pretty much.
'Cause she does.